All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Thursday, October the 21st, 2021. Hope you're all doing well. Chris Phillips here, the Daily Crow, the Spurs Up Show. Appreciate you all tuning in. Got a lot to get into here on a Thursday. Of course, taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. The phone lines are open here on a Thursday. Again, hope you're all doing well. Let's see. I see Travi, Dylan Prothman, Brendan M., Jeff Sweat, Justin Warren. Go Bravos, Justin. Hell yeah, we're going to talk about it. Wesley Newmar, Blind Squirrel Sports. Also, guys, if you're in the TDC Questions channel in the Big Cock Club Discord, head there to TDC Questions. Leave your questions there to be sure that your questions are answered. Again, taking your questions, comments, calls. Great Thursday to have a Thursday and a great day to have a day. You see, if you're not a Braves fan, suck it. How about that? Hey, great night to win the pennant. Let's have a freaking day, folks. Again, before we get into everything, I do want to take about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, are young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies, but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms. They represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item, you're not just a number, you're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. Guys are going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. You've been involved in any type of accident, no matter what it is, the last thing you should be dealing with is paperwork, dealing with the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you, guys. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you, guys. Rami's in Columbia. Curtis is in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 843-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-790. Excuse me, I'm messing up. 843-388-3368. We got some technical difficulties going on with the call-in line. So again, Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in Somerville, 843-388-3368. Or of course, guys, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. And guys, it's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. One of these days, I'm going to hire a producer so I don't have to deal with the technical difficulties or the technical everything with the phone lines and everything else. I'm sure you guys heard that little beeping, that little whatever. Sounded like a freaking heartbeat going off. But again, appreciate the fine folks over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Some days you butcher the ad read and some days you don't. So again, hot start to a Thursday. But again, we are taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. 843-790-3377. Also, guys, quick reminder, episode 523 of the podcast did drop this morning. Great stuff, breaking out everything with the Texas A&M Aggies, the A&M game itself, top storylines, key matchups to watch for, keys to game, all that good stuff. Also, a fantastic throwback conversation with former Gamecocks defensive lineman Travian Robertson. An absolutely electric convo, guys. Cannot suggest you listen to it enough. We had a really, really good time talking about his career. Again, this was from summer of 2019, which most of these are. Most of these throwback interviews are from the summer of 2019. So it's crazy, man. That summer, some of the best interviews we've ever had on the airwaves. Really, really good stuff. Again, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. You see the crossover. We got the Beamer Bowl and the Braves. Great day to have a day indeed. Sean O'Brien, what's going on? Great Bisbee. Let's go Bravos. Tim Dorn, what's up? Travi, yes, you see behind me the Tomahawk Chop. Let's go. Great night to punch your ticket to the World Series. Jeremy Smith says, Doty's out for the season. Shouldn't have been playing if he wasn't 100%. That did nothing but result in him not being able to play his best, making a lot of the fan base dislike him. Yeah, Jeremy, I do agree. And, hey, if you want to know why Luke Doty was playing, call Shane Beamer tonight and ask, right? The call-in show tonight at 7 o'clock, call Shane Beamer. Because I don't know. I mean, obviously he was healthy enough to play. He was healthy enough. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Lance, what's going on, my guy? How you doing? Lindsay Hagler, what's up? Appreciate you, Lindsay, for coming out last night. We had a really good time at Tin Roof. Again, if you're not coming out to Tin Roof, they're an absolute blast. So, again, we're live out there every single Wednesday, 5 to 7. I will let you guys know what the schedule's like next week. I would assume we're going to be live at Tin Roof again. I don't see any issues there. But just in case, I mean, you never know, with the week of a bye week, do we want to do it the week of a bye week? I think we should be okay. But I'll just let you guys know just in case something changes with the schedule. Caleb, what's going on? Good afternoon. How are you? Appreciate you tuning in. Again, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to TDC Questions, the TDC Questions channel, to be sure that your questions are answered. Caleb, playing in the background most days at work. Keep up the work. Thank you so much, Caleb. I appreciate you. Glad I can make your work day a little bit more bearable, hopefully. So, Justin Warren says, what a night for the Bravos. The bats are fire coming into the clinch game tonight. Yeah, and I think tonight's a bullpen night, right, for the Dodgers? And the Braves have Max Fried. So you like the matchup. You like the matchup a lot. It's been a long time coming for Atlanta. Been a long time coming for the Bravos to get back to the World Series. So I think they'll win tonight. I think they'll punch the ticket. I think they will punch the ticket. So, Jeff Sweat, appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, it's crazy, man. If Dylan Prothman says to hell with A&M, it's crazy. I found myself last night being, I'm realistic for sure. I mean, nobody can deny I'm realistic, but I've been painfully realistic this week. I'll be honest with you guys. Again, I said it yesterday and I've said it all week. I don't have a ton of optimism. And I guess, and I'll probably make this a piece of content to post on social media because I want to hear from Gamecock Nation. Why should I be optimistic about South Carolina's chances? Which, by the way, side note, I just checked, guys. So our best bet was A&M minus 21, right? That line since yesterday has actually come down. There's money coming in on the Gamecocks. South Carolina now sits as a 19-point underdog. So there are people out there that think the Gamecocks are going to cover the 21-point spread. God bless them. Hey, what do you know? Hey, you never know. But I'd love to hear from Gamecock Nation. Like, why should I be optimistic? Because I'm just not. I'm just not. And here's the thing, too. One of the big reasons why I'm not also, like, I never viewed this game in an optimistic light. I never viewed this game in a positive light in the preseason and, making projections. This was just a game I looked at and said that's an automatic L. It's not a toss-up game. It's an L. Until South Carolina proves they can beat Texas A&M, I don't even believe it can happen. So, Brian Dean says Saturday night South Carolina plays Texas A&M. Saturday night South Carolina beats Texas A&M. And Brian, hey, if you believe that, the Gamecocks are a plus 845 on the money line. So if you 100 to win 845. So, hey, go throw your money out there, my man. Why not? Hell, 50 to win 400. Why not? Let's see. Lance player. Doty was playing because he's the best quarterback on the roster. Was good enough to go, so they rolled with him. Zeb can sling it, but Doty was in because he could hopefully cover up for our O-line problems. I mean, again, I understand that, Lance. Obviously, I do get that. I mean, I know why he was in, but – and I know listen, you're a football player. You're a warrior, as Shane Beamer called him time and time again. It's just – it sucks that he wasn't the best version of himself. That's what sucks. Noah John says, I'm optimistic we're going to kick their ass. I tell you what, I respect it. I actually respect it then if you're that optimistic, because I'm not. I'm just not. Again, my best bet was A&M covering the 21. Again, not to spoil anything, but it is already kind of spoiled. I'm thinking somewhere a score of 35-10, 38-13, something like that. I don't see how South Carolina is going to hang in. I don't know. I don't see how they're going to hang in this one. Again, if South going to cover the 21, would I be shocked? No. If they lost this game by single digits, I'd be shocked. Absolutely shocked. So I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I gave you the benefit of the doubt against Tennessee. I even gave you the benefit of the doubt against Vandy. I'm not doing it for a third straight week. Fool me once, Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. You ain't going to fool me a third time, man. Sorry. You ain't going to fool me a third time. You're not going to do it. So go out and you got to go out and show me now. I'm not giving this team any credit. I'm not giving this team any credit at all. Let's see. Travi, honestly, I'm with you, Chris. Not optimistic at all for this game. Line of scrimmages are just not there with this type of team and really haven't been since 2014. I hate saying it. I would love if I'm wrong. I'm the same exact way. I mean, obviously, I want to be wrong. I want to see the Gamecocks go get a W, but I was never optimistic looking at this game in the preseason. Jeff Sweat, if you look at both sides of the line of scrimmage, the defense has cleared up their mental errors, but the offense still needs work. Yeah, the offense needs a lot of work. Gaunt says, I think Zeb does good, but it's going to be crazy. If we win, it'll be because of Zeb, his game experience. If the defense can stay off the field, we may win. I mean, our defense is playing lights out. Yeah, I think our defense will struggle Saturday. I actually do. I really do. I think Isaiah Spiller will have a big game. I think they've got athletes on the outside that can really make our secondary sweat. Again, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be the guy this week that's pumping the optimism and the garnet glasses. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think A&M top to bottom is better than South Carolina basically every single position. I don't see a position where South Carolina has the advantage. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a long night. I really do. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be a long night. Richard Browning says, do you think Shane Beamer is South Carolina's long-term coach? They can get the Gamecocks competitive again. Well, Richard, I mean, you wouldn't have hired him if that wasn't the case, would you? So, I mean, trust me, I wouldn't print merch with his name on it if I didn't believe Shane Beamer was the guy. So only time will tell, but you don't hire a guy if you don't believe he is the guy, correct? And we're not going to know if he's the guy for a couple of years. I mean, you're not going to know in year one. Caleb, how about this? Second drive of the game, we get second and long or third and medium. We bring in Dak and wait for it. Let him throw one up the seam and amuse. Everyone will actually be shot at the play. I'm down. Why not? Whatever you got to do to move the ball. I'm game with it. Travi, as much as our defense has played better, the run D is not stopping the big running backs. Yeah, we struggle to stop the run. There's no question. We struggle to stop the run. That is a fact. Noah John says upset special, 27-24 South Carolina. I mean, I'd love to see it, man. I'd love to see it. Brian Dean, the reason you should be optimistic simply because A&M isn't explosive as Tennessee. Well, I don't think they have to be as explosive as Tennessee to beat us. I mean, so I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I don't have a ton of optimism. Again, who knows? Maybe Zeb Nolan, Colonel Zeb can perform miracles, but I don't see it, man. We're talking about a team that beat ECU with a last-second field goal and beat Vandy with a last-second touchdown and beat Troy by 9 points, and that's just who you are. You're not on the level to beat a Texas A&M. You're just not. Lance, we'll see more I formation with Zeb and probably get the play action going again, but if the run can't average 4.5 to 5 yards a carry, in this game will not be close. And Lance, I would ask you, what makes you believe that that's even possible? I mean, what makes you believe that? This team's a 3.5 yard per carry football team. That's it. You know what I mean? Like it's like being in a relationship. When that person shows you who they are, believe them. It's your job to believe them. So this football team, they've showed you who you are. Believe them. Believe them. And what this team is a team that cannot run the football. And so it's going to get in third and longs, and it's going to depend on Zeb Nolan to throw the ball, and he's going to be under pressure, and he'll probably make some mistakes. And yeah, this team cannot run the football. That's just the bottom line. End of story. They can't run the ball. That's it. As maddening as that fact is, that is the fact. They can't run the ball. I don't understand why either, but they can't run the ball. Lindsey Hagler says, I think the idea of the fans picking the plays pregame was pretty cool. Yeah, I had the idea. If you guys didn't hear, I was talking last night at Tin Roof, because fans love to go after Satterfield and the play calling, and we should have done this, we should have done that. I don't know if you guys remember that football league that Johnny Manziel played in, and it was the league where fans actually got to pick the plays, right? Fans actually got to pick the plays. I'm like, man, they should just do that for a South Carolina game one time. Let the fans pick all the plays. And then when we lose 100-0, then maybe people will be like, well, maybe we'll just let Satterfield call plays. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun. Tommy McClellan says, what's up with Jordan Birch? He's not as dominant as we thought, needs to step up. I have no idea. I have no idea where Jordan Birch is. No clue. No clue. Rhett Godbold says 41-13 Texas A&M. Gaunt says put Bell at running back or out of Wildcat, even run I formation with Muse as fullback. Again, whatever you got to do to move the football. Brian Dean says 17-16 South Carolina. Marty Jones, what happened between this year and last year? Coaching, maybe players. I mean, maybe those guys aren't as good as you thought. I don't know. Kevin Harris sitting all the way there. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a great question. Questions I simply don't have answers to. Travi says, just crack a beer. Travi says, crack a beer. Let's just take it on the chin, but get better. Just keep improving. Caleb says, A&M's best asset is Jimbo, like him or not. He's great at preparing his teams. This will be another good look to see where Beamer and his staff stack up against the top SEC coaching staff. Yeah, Jimbo's a good one. He's a good coach. He's a good coach for sure. Aaron Hodges, A&M can get pressure with 4. That's why A&M is tough to beat. Yeah, and I think they'll probably get pressure on Zeb Nolan. Brian Dean, remember A&M struggled with Colorado winning 10-7, and Colorado's a lot worse than we are. Are they? Are they? How many teams in college football are we better than? I mean, I'm not trying to like dog us right now, but like, I don't know, bro. I mean, I don't think it's a long list of. I mean, again, hey, we're 4-3. We're 4-3. Bottom line, but I mean, guys, our most impressive win. What is South Carolina's most impressive win of the season? A 9-point win over Troy? I mean, not many. There's not many that we're better than. I mean, let's just call it for what it is. Corey Bridges says, Chris, I'm not ready to boot Sapp, but I think his scheme is too complex for college. That's a fair take. That's a very fair take. It's a very fair take. Absolutely. No, I mean, obviously something's not right. Obviously something's not right. I don't know, man, guys. Like I said, hey, you never know. It's college football. Again, I've told you guys this before. It's not played on paper. It's not played in a casino. So South Carolina could certainly go out there and do something they haven't done all year, which is, run the football. And Zeb Nolan, can he bring a spark to the passing game? And, of course, your defense has been very opportunistic. Those things could all happen, right? Certainly. But I guess it's just tough for me because, again, I had egg on my face when I picked the Gamecocks to beat Tennessee. I looked like a complete idiot, right? And then I gave us the benefit of the doubt again, saying, hey, we're playing a bad Vandy team, really, really bad Vandy team. We'll take advantage. And I looked dumb again, really, truly. We all did. We all looked dumb. So I've gotten burned basically 2 weeks in a row. It's just really hard for me to say, oh, well, this is going to be the week going to A&M at night that we're going to play. Come on. Like, we're going to play our best football. Come on. Like, sorry, man. Let me put it to you this way. I'd rather pick the blowout and us play a close game than pick the close game and us get blown the hell out. So show me. Go prove it to me. Jimmy's and Joe's players win football games. I love Shane Beamer, and I love that there's love in the building. Above all else, love your brothers, struggle well, yada, 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 all those nice cliches. But you know who don't give a damn about the cliches? Texas A&M. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn how much we love each other. They want to punch us in the face. So if we can't punch back, it'll be a very, very, very long game. A very long game. So that's it. That's it. That's all it really comes down to. That's all it really comes down to. And I've got a clip I'm gonna post a little bit later today that of course I talked about the A&M game over the summer when we did our opponent preview series or whatever. And I actually talked about it then over the summer. That's, hey, how can South Carolina snap the streak? What do they have to do to beat Texas A&M finally? I said over the summer, hey, you got to just go recruit big-time athletes because that's what A&M has done. I mean, A&M's recruiting at a top 5, top 10 clip every year. So, and it ain't all about stars. A lot of it's politics and complete BS. Look at the Oscar Delp thing. But I tell you what, the teams that recruited a top 5 and top 10 clip, those are the teams that are normally at the top of college football. So, John Gibbs says A&M 45, South gonna, I almost said Southern Cal. South gonna 14, hate it, but it's going to be that type of game. Yeah. Travis says, I think Bama still wins the West. That's fair. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. Yep. I'm sure they're going to be on a mission now. I'm sure they will be on a mission. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. We're taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Questions, comments, and calls. Again, podcasted, dropped this morning, breaking down everything with the Gamecocks game against Texas A&M. So what we are 48, about 55 hours from kick. About 55 hours from kickoff or so. So, Travis says, go Pitt, though. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Again, quick reminder, of course, we're at Carolina Ale House in downtown Greenville on Saturday. That's going to be interesting because I'm going to be getting there basically as the Clemson game is going on. So, yeah, that's going to be kind of fun. Dalton White, just wondering how our strength last year was running the ball, but this year with the same offensive line, we can't get the run going. Is that on Satterfield? Well, Dalton, fans definitely want to blame somebody. And is it on Atkins? Is it on Satterfield? Was Mike Bobo just that good at scheming up the run? That's the other side of it. I don't know. Kevin Harris hasn't been 100%, I think, probably all season. I don't know, man. I genuinely don't know. I genuinely do not know. Obviously, the scheme is different. There's no question. So I'm sure some of it does fall on scheme. I think some of it, guys, let's call it for what it is. Defense was optional last year. Like the COVID year, defense was so bad across the board. I think maybe that played into it. Teams not being able to be as physical. And, I think that certainly played into it. I think you have to account that. I think you have to account that. So was South Carolina really that good of a rushing team last year? Probably not. Not taking anything away, but probably not. But it is wild. It is wild. This offensive line, this run game's a shell of itself from a year ago. It makes no sense. But again, last year's last year, this year's this year. Every season has its own story. And so just because you ran it well last year doesn't mean you were going to run it well this year. And you know what? The story of this season is you can't run the football. Bottom line. You can't run the football. That's it. So, Matt Sellers says, Connor Shaw said this was an NFL offense. Are we trying to do too much with too little? Maybe so. Maybe so, Matt. Maybe so. And I hear that over and over and over and over and over again, about simplify. And it's like, how difficult can it be? You know what I mean? And so here's my question. Why would a coach implement a system that is too difficult for his players to learn? Why would a coach do that? Can anybody explain that to me? Are there any football guys in here that can explain that? I love football, man, but again, some of the intricacies and the ins and outs of it just feel so stupid. Like that is like the most nonsensical thing I've ever heard. Yeah, let's instill this system that's too hard for our players to learn. Why would you do that? Why would a coach do that? Can someone explain to me why a coach would do that? I don't get it. I don't get it. See, you don't have all that nonsense in baseball. I guess, granted, you don't have a playbook in baseball either, but a lot of it feels like nonsense. A lot of stuff that happens in football feels like nonsense. Truly. That's one of the things I hate about football, man, is like the secrecy and like we gotta be, just so, the scheme's got to be this. And, dude, just go play. Like, just go play like you're in the freaking backyard. Who cares? You go here, you go here, you go here. Let's go. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand, man. Football guys are so smart, they're stupid, man. They make everything so freaking difficult. I'm not trying to, make light of, again, what these coaches do and everything, but, it's just hearing that, like, well, the scheme is so complex. Like, I mean, how complex can it freaking be, man? I just don't understand, Are you smart enough to play football if you can't understand a playbook? I mean, good God. Ryan Alexander, even though we're not that good this year, I don't think we'll get worse every year like under Muschamp. At least Beamer will make adjustments at halftime, unlike Muschamp also. Yeah, I think we're building, man. Yeah, and I will say this, a lot of the problems, the scheme problems, you need better talent for sure. You need better talent, there's no doubt. Robbie Davis texts in, says, Chris, I hope you're doing well this Thursday. I just want to say some years are different. Like last year, we were able to run the ball down people's throats. And it looks like we're going to have to pass in order to move the football, in my opinion. I also wanted to say go Gamecocks and go Braves. Yeah, thank you, Robbie. I appreciate it. Eric Fryer says, Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just a dumb baseball guy, I guess. I have no idea. Again, there's a lot of things about the game of football and football guys in general that kind of annoy me. Just kind of irk me, bro. Like, again, the culture of football, having to keep things so secret. And, like, I mean, dude, I understand it's a strategy game, but for the love of God, like, it's wild. Just absolutely wild. Bro, I don't give a damn what play we're running at this point. We need to focus on not fumbling the ball and not committing a penalty. Let's just do that. That's like all we should be practicing right now. Unfortunately, we're not deep enough to bench somebody when they do something stupid. All we got's all we need, but all we got's also all we got. That's it. So, it's insane, man. I mean, again, I really do. I understand fans' frustration, man, because it's frustrating for me too. Like, again, I don't care if we go out there and get our ass kicked Saturday. I don't. Because, hey, A&M's a 3-touchdown favorite. They should kick your ass. But damn it, make them go win the game. Make them win. Don't just give it to them. Again, I think fans can handle that. We can handle, hey, you know what? 24, 27 points, loss, whatever. But don't give them the freaking game. Make them earn it. Make them earn it. Bottom line, make them earn it. We know we have problems and issues and deficiencies and a ragtag roster and a first-year coaching staff, but damn it, make them beat you at least. Don't just hand it to them. Make them beat you. John Braddock says, the get-back guy irks me. Clingy, like you have no self-control, that you need someone to hold you back. John, I actually agree with you, believe it or not. Maybe this will start a fun conversation, guys. What are your least favorite things about the game of football? What are the things that irk you most? Yeah, I mean, it's wild to me that a football coach will preach discipline, but you need a get-back coach to keep you on the sideline. You can't contain yourself enough to stay on the sideline. That seems very contradictory, in my opinion. That just seems very contradictory. You need a get-back coach to keep, like, you're not self-aware enough to know where you are in the field, and, you're scared you're going to get penalized. Again, I love the game of football. There's a lot of stupid shit involved with it, though. There's a lot of dumb stuff, a lot of silly, let's see. Tim Dorn says G.A. Mangus was on JB and Goldstein, said the scheme seems too difficult for the players to execute. Maybe that's it. John Gibbs, hey, Chris, for the holidays, your random question of the day is, The Nightmare Before Christmas, is it a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? Well, I think it's kind of both. I think it can be classified as both. Caleb, I think you're spot on with the horrendous amount of penalties, and the comments are coming in faster than I can read them. I think Saturday would look a lot better if we weren't constantly going backwards, killing any cohesiveness and play calling scheme. Yeah, doesn't help. Trad, rumors circling that Stepp will leave if Sat is here next season. A lot coming out about Sat being extremely toxic. Again, man, I would just be cautious to trust Facebook group message boards and message boards on any sites. So maybe that's true, but I'm just, until something official comes out or something valid, I'm not really putting stock in that, bro. Like, Josh Travis, I think our team lacks player leadership. Any successful team that players that hold each other accountable. When we get some players in that are comfortable with the system and hold others accountable, we would get back to being successful. Well, Josh, and listen, I don't want to go so far as to say we have no, but I would ask you this: who are our leaders? Like, you look at this football team right now. That's a great point. Who are the leaders of this football team? Who would you say right now are the leaders? Are there leaders on this team? Right? Because I thought Luke Doty would be one of those guys, but he's a young cat, and obviously he's hurt, and there's only so much he can do. We thought maybe Kevin Harris would be. I don't think Kevin Harris is really cut out to be a leader. I think he's more of a quiet, to himself type of guy. Who are the leaders? I don't know. Who are the leaders that are going to get in somebody's face when they do something stupid? Because you're right. Coaches can kick and scream and get upset, but the messaging comes off, or the messaging truly applies and gets heard when it's a player telling a player, hey, get your head out of your ass. Stop making us look stupid. Stop doing stupid things. Is it Zeb Nolan? I mean, he's a brand new guy. Is he a leader? Is he one of our leaders? Defensively, who is it? Who is it? Who's the leader? I mean, I guess Jalen Foster at this point. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and say, well, we're 4-3, and the reason we lost our 3 games, we don't have leaders. I don't want to say that, but you do make a great point. I don't know who the leaders are, really. I don't really know. And here's the problem. You can have here's when teams become great, when your best players are also your best people, and they're your hardest working players, and they come into those roles of leadership, that's really when you got a great team. Those teams 10-13, when your best players are guys like Connor Shaw and Marcus Lattimore and Stephon Gilmore and DJ Swearinger, the heartbeat, the heart and soul of your football team, and they're also your best players, your hardest working players, and they're natural leaders, that's when you're really cooking. I'm not saying we don't have those guys right now, but I'm just making the point. That is a good point that, hey, again, coaches can say all they want and this and that, whatever, about penalties and doing stupid, but if the players aren't holding each other accountable, none of it matters. And again, I'm not in the locker room, so I'm not going to, make assumptions. Eric Fryer says Jabari Ellis is the leader on the defense and holds sway with the entire team. That makes sense. He's certainly a veteran guy. He also says Quandre White holds a ton of influence over the younger players. Again, I'm not sitting here saying there's not leadership on the team. I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying that. Because again, when you make accusations like that's the scary thing. When fans make accusations of things that the only way you can know these things for sure is if you were in the locker room. Or when fans say oh, we're not trying, we're not playing hard. It's it's a pretty slippery slope to throw that out, to hurl those type of insults. But I will agree that that's a great point that, it takes player accountability and player leadership. Eric Fryer says, I agree that those who hold sway should step up and do more. Yeah, again, it's just, coaches can say whatever they want. They can bitch and moan and kick and scream. But when players start holding each other accountable, that's really when things will change. That's truly when things, Shaq Wilson and others, they talked about when they got to Carolina, Pat DeMarco, they set the Gamecock standard. It's who is setting the Gamecock standard right now? Who is that guy? Again, I'm not saying there aren't guys there that are doing that, but the reason South Carolina football changed under Steve Spurrier is a great coach. As great a coach as he was, though, that 07 class had guys like the Garcias and the DeMarcos and the Cliff Matthews and the Travian Robertsons and the Melvin Ingrams. And, I think guys that came in and, coaches, again, can say all they want, but it was players that came in and changed the culture. It was players that changed things. It was players that, I remember when Steven Garcia was getting recruited, right? I remember when Garcia was getting recruited, and he told whoever that he was asked, do you think you can win an SEC championship at South Carolina? He said, my goal is to win multiple. I'm not coming to win one. I'm coming to win multiple SEC championships. And people might have laughed then, but like that attitude, that is the attitude we need with guys coming in here. Because again, it'll be that mindset that changes the program. It will not just be Shane Beamer. You got to get those guys. You got to get those players. Players will change the program, not just the coaching staff. So it's up to Shane Beamer, his coaching staff, to find the guys that are winners. Go find winners, man. Hey, stars are great. Your 40 times great. How much you bench is great. I want winners, man. Go recruit some winners. Go recruit guys who are going to come into South Carolina, and they're not listening to every single reason why we shouldn't be good, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do. Go recruit guys that look at South Carolina and say, no, we're going to win. I don't think we will, period. The expectation is to win. And find guys that set the Gamecock standard. I mean, of course, it starts with Shane Beamer and his staff, but, you listen to Connor Shaw, you listen to others, and Travi just makes the point. Yes, player-led teams are the best teams. Players-led teams, player-led teams are the ones that win. And Scotty he makes the point. Who's the guys found those guys? Beamer, right. So, trust him. Trust he's going to go get those guys. It's no knock on our guys currently now, but it's hard for a group that won 6 games of the past 2 years combined to set the standard. You know what I mean? They've set the standard all right for not being worth a shit. We got to go find some guys that are going to set the standard for winning. And, hey, those guys can set the standard this year for how we play the right way. We fight, we scratch, we claw, we approach it the right way. I'm not trying to knock those guys, but it's just hard. You know what I mean? It's hard. Can you go find the class like you found in 07? Can you go find that group of guys that are going to be the difference makers? Again, your best players, who are your hardest working players, who are your best people. That's when you're really cooking with something, for sure. Hey, here's a spin zone for you. And Eric Fryer says, Derek Moore is the coach who will develop those who set the standard and teach them how to be a leader. Yeah, I love Demo. He's a legend. Here's a spin zone. I don't know how people are going to receive this. Actually, I'll wait to talk about that on the other side of the break. We need to hit a break here. Brian Dean says, Muschamp got a signature win in Athens. Beamer will get his in College Station. I'd love to see it. But again, I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to pose this hypothetical to you. I don't even know about hypothetical, but just this point, and I want to get you guys' feedback on it. We're going to take a break first. Again, 843-790-3377. We are taking your questions, your comments, your calls. 843-790-3377. It's A&M week. I want to continue to hear from you, your thoughts, questions, comments on that game, everything else. Again, I feel like the conversation is really flowing here on a Thursday. So we're going to keep it rocking. We're going to keep it rolling. Again, great day to have a day. Great night to win the pennant. Always a great day to have a day. Great day to have a Thursday, guys. Again, beautiful day in the city. The sun is shining, and we're all here together. I appreciate you all, guys. Again, your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Would love to continue to hear from you. Also, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to TDC Questions, the TDC Questions channel, to be sure that your questions are answered. 12:45 here on a Thursday. Brian Dean says, Chris, that Georgia team had more talent than we did, but found a way at College Station. We will find a way. Brian, I can tell you're convinced that we're somehow going to pull off the upset. Good on you. Listen, I'm not here to talk you off the ledge, whatever. Good on you, my friend. From your lips to God's ears. That's what I say. Good from your lips to God's ears. Again, 843-790-3377. Tim Dorn. Tim Dorn's out here hating on the Braves. Tim, how about you pipe down, slapdick? Pipe down one time. We got spam calls coming in on a Thursday as well. Let's see. Matthew Jacob, it's hard with this generation to be about team when it seems to be about how can I get looked at to get to the NFL. If I don't get playing time, I feel I deserve, I'm transferring, et cetera, et cetera. It's definitely, college football's changed a lot. But here's the thing I'd say to combat that. If the team has success, guys will get drafted. Guys will get picked up. So there's a lot better chance to get drafted off a team that's good than a team that stinks. I can tell you that right now. Brian Dean says, Braves Astros World Series. Eric, I brought that up earlier. The line has shifted. Gamecocks now just a 19-point underdog. It was 21. So Nan Martin says, what we need here is an immediate come-to-Jesus meeting. As my granny used to say, these boys need a good kick in the ass, period. And I sincerely hope the coaches have done this behind closed doors. I mean, again, I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have. I mean, again, it comes down to players. Players have got to hold each other accountable. That the players are the ones. Players win games. Players make adjustments. Coaches can only do so much. And again, unfortunately, we're not at the point where we're deep enough to be benching a bunch of guys because they're messing up. It's like we kind of have to play who we have. We don't have much of a choice. Let's see. Hunter Johnson, whoever said the rumor that Steph wouldn't be here if Sat stays, I'd like to hear more about that. Again, Hunter, I would just say beware of the Facebook banter bullshit and the message board bullshit and all that other stuff. I mean, maybe it's true, but it just, again, to me, it's like we struggled offensively and all of a sudden Satterfield rumors start coming out. It's like, it feels a little too, perfect timing. We'll put it that way. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, calls. The thing that I want to talk about before we went to the break, by the way, and y'all can tell me how ass backwards this may sound, and if it's crazy, I apologize. Because fans are going to expect progression. Fans are going to expect progression year after year after year. And that's very fair, right? You should expect progression. Would Beamer be doing himself a favor? And again, I don't even know if I should say this, but it's like, I almost don't want to see us get that miracle win because it's like, I don't want to see us set the bar so high for next year. It'll be much easier to make progress if you go 5-7 versus if you somehow had a miracle 7-5 finish in year one. That's kind of what happened with Muschamp. Year 2 he won 9 games, and it's like there ain't no way you're going to win more than 9 in year 3, bro. There's just no way. There's just no way. Mark Regal, we are all confused right now. We can't predict this game at all. Is this a game where we put it all together? I wouldn't be surprised. These guys are going to rally around Zeb. I feel it coming. Well, again, Mark, I respect the confidence. I appreciate the confidence. I like the optimism. I don't think it's all that confusing. I don't think it's all that tough to predict. A&M's going to beat your ass. That's the only way I look at it. I just don't, I like Zeb a lot, and the guys showed a lot of heart last week, and that was a great, it was a great win over Vandy. That sounds like such an absurd sentence to say, but I don't see it, man. I'd like to be proven wrong, and I've given this team the benefit of the doubt the last 2 weeks, and somebody, you say, put it all together. Put it all together. I don't know what would lead me to believe that this team's going to put anything together. I mean, it's going to week 8, man. You are who you are. You're a bunch that does a lot of dumb things and commits stupid penalties and turns the ball over and makes dumb mistakes. And I don't see what's going to change, going into a hostile environment in College Station. Like all of a sudden the light bulb's just going to click on and you're going to be making plays left and right. I just don't. I can't say I see it, Mark. I can't say I see it. I cannot say I see it in the slightest. So I hope you're right, but I don't see it. I don't see it. But, maybe I'll be wrong. Hunter Johnson, I think we'd benefit from staying together through a recruiting cycle or a couple of years before we start the fire train. Yeah, I agree. Trash says, I agree keeping a staff together is the best thing for recruiting, but if you had bad coaches in your staff, it's best to get rid of them. I didn't like the SAT hire from the beginning. Again, guys, people talking about message boards, screenshots or message boards. I take it all with a grain of salt, man. I take it all with a grain of salt. So. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Brian Dean says, between the hedges is more intimidating than College Station. You think so? I don't know, man. I think College Station is pretty nuts. I think probably College Station is more intimidating. Mark Riegel says, nah, not who we are. Zeb hasn't quarterbacked this team in 4 to 5 weeks. A quarterback change doesn't warrant a different team. Zeb has what we need right now. Doty was not the answers for this O-line. Yeah, I don't think changing the quarterback changes everything, Mark. I really don't. It won't change the fact you can't run the ball. It won't change the fact you're committing dumb penalties. It won't change the fact you're turning the football over. And like I said, I like Zeb. I think it's a great story. I just, was he solid for you early? Sure, but I just can't get out of my head how shitty he looked against East Carolina. He looked like dog shit. He did. That first half, all of us were begging Luke Doty to come off the bench and play. And so – hey, I like Zeb again, but is he ready to actually go out there against a real SEC quality opponent and lead this team, God forbid, to a victory? I mean, I'm not putting those expectations on him. I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting those expectations on Zeb Noland. And, yeah, I think this team is who it is. Yeah, I really do. I really do. I think this team is who it is, and I hope to see some progression, especially over the bye week. The bye week will be a great opportunity for this team to get better and to iron out some things, but I don't see it this week. No, I don't see it at all. Sorry. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think this is a different team with Zeb Noland. I mean, I think he brings a little bit of a different skill set, no question, with throwing the football, but A&M is going to be pinning their ears back because they know he can't go anywhere. Because here's what's going to happen. We can't run the ball. We're going to be getting in 3rd and 8s, just like we did against East Carolina, and I see a lot of the similar results, man. It's just we're not built to win in those 3rd and longs. Zeb Noland's not going to be able to get outside the pocket. DeMarvin Leal is going to be breathing down his neck, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Again, maybe Zeb will go out there and play like a Heisman Trophy winner. I have no idea, but I just, I'm not predicting it. Mark Riegel, changing the quarterback gave us the game last week. Yes, it won us the game against Vanderbilt, Mark. You are correct. Does that mean that Zeb is going to go out there and throw for 300 on A&M? I don't think so. I don't think so, man. I'm not going to be brainwashed by one drive. So, Mark Riegel, Zeb went toe-to-toe with Oklahoma. You realize that was like 3 years ago, right? Like, who cares? Who cares what he did 3 years ago? Like, why does that – how does that play into anything that has to do with this game? How? Tyler Hawks, ever thought about selling some Bravos gear on your website? No, I mean, dude, I run a Gamecocks business. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. And I don't even know what I would make. You know what I mean? So I don't know what I would make. Not a terrible idea, I guess. Bryant Hughes says, love my Gamecocks. We're going to get curb stomped. Scotty Griffin says, expect a lot of blitz and man on Saturday for Texas A&M. Dylan Prothman says the O-line will lose us the game, if not every game. Yeah, I mean, that's truly your problem. I would not be upset if Greg Atkins was looking for a new job after the season. Would not be upset at all. Would not bother me in the slightest. Put it that way. All right, let's jump to the phone line.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
I wonder who this is. Let's see who this is.
2.
Yo, what's up? You're on the air.
Doing all right today.
Yo.
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. That dude's either clowning or he's just a complete idiot. Again, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. John Braddock says, does A&M even have a looking ahead game? And is that even a thing? Will they look past South Carolina? I highly doubt it. Again, night game at home. Let's try this one more time.
Call from.
Mark Regal.
Oh, here we go. Mark, what's going on, man? How are you? Mark. Hello, Mark. Mark going once. Mark going twice. Mark going 3 times. And Mark is done. All right. I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's me. So I do not think it's me. Do not think it's me. Try to call back in again, Mark, if you like. Try to call back in again if you like. It's Mark Ryan. Mark Ryan's trying to call in. I would actually love that. That'd be hilarious. I would love that. Let's see. Tyler Poole says Mizzou and Clemson are both winnable games. I agree. Eric Fryer, when's the last time Sling Blade called him? Been a little bit. John Gibbs says, I don't disagree with your question, but I'll say this, getting a big signature win lets us know that we can do it. I wouldn't take it as setting the bar too high, but giving us hope that one day we can be to the point where we can win those games, where those big games are expected as a W. No, I agree. Listen, winning now is what matters. Winning now is what matters. I don't know. For some reason, that thought just crossed my head. So just you have every right to ignore it. I don't know. I was just like, But no, winning now is what's most important. Obviously, a win over Texas A&M will be huge. So we'll see if it can happen. Dude Raw for show says Zeb has a tendency to throw high, so A&M corners are going to be looking to feast. Yeah, I'll say this. I'm not going to make necessarily any predictions of how Zeb will play. I'll just say this. I'm very curious to see how he plays. I'm not setting my expectations too crazy high, but I will be very intrigued to see how Zeb Nolan plays. I'll be very intrigued. So. And I'll be really intrigued to see what the Prize Picks lines are for the South Carolina A&M game. They haven't come out yet, at least for the quarterbacks. They haven't. Yep, they have not come out yet. So maybe later today. Hopefully tomorrow we have those to talk about them. Carter Bingham says 43-13, Texas A&M. Might be. You might be right. You might be right. You might be right. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Tyler Poole says, been in College Station. That's a loud place to play. Going to be tough. Yeah, no, it is. It is. Atmosphere is going to be tough. Again, I said this last night, and I'll say it again. I really shout out to all the Gamecock fans that are making the trek down to the A&M. Y'all some real MVPs, man. Y'all some real MVPs. I love my team, but, man, I hope that's a great game for all those Gamecocks that are traveling, because that's, it's one thing to be a diehard fan and go to every home game, it's another thing to be a diehard fan and travel to every road game because you don't know, man. You might travel and your team get their ass whooped, you know? I mean, when it was 28-0 Tennessee, I was like, I really, truly feel for the Gamecock fans that are up there because I just, I can't fathom that, man. All the money you spend on food and travel and tickets and lodging and all that, you know what I mean? That's tough. That hurts. That hurts. Jeff Sweat says maybe the 12th man will play running back for us. Yeah. Eric Fryer says working on getting a ticket for Mizzou and attending all games this year. That would be the only one you would miss. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, too. If we didn't have the watch party at Carolina Ale House, I'd probably be going to A&M. But, no, I'm excited for the watch party, man. Getting back up to downtown Greenville and partying with a bunch of rowdy Gamecocks in the upstate. Going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of fun. So, Brian Dean says Texas A&M beat Alabama. Bama's defense ain't what it was. Brian, I mean, Brian, I'm not trying to talk you out of that South Carolina's going to beat A&M. Hey, I'm not trying to talk you out of it, Brian. You really believe that, then I tip my cap to you, my friend. Elton, if we win the coin toss, would you rather start on offense or defense? I say defer. So, yeah, I don't know. I say defer. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Basketball right around the corner. Eric Fryer says, for those who travel, it is the experience, seeing places you might not have traveled to before. Plus, you get a great opportunity to gel with other like-minded fans and parents. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying that traveling to games isn't awesome. I'd love to visit every SEC stadium. I'm just saying it sucks when you travel. And sucks when you travel and your team gets the butt kicked. Tyler Poole won't be able to make it to the watch party Saturday. Are you doing any more in Greenville this season? I think the answer to that's going to be no, because we only have 2 more home games left, right? This one and the Mizzou. I believe for the Mizzou game, we'll be going to the Carolina Ale House in Fort Mill. So, Tyler, this will be the last one in Greenville. Looking forward to it, too. Like I said, downtown Greenville, not the Woodruff Road location. We'll be downtown. Going to be a really good time. I had a blast the last time I was up there. I had an absolute blast. So, really looking forward to getting back up there and, like I said, hanging out with a bunch of upstate Gamecocks and doing the damn thing with you all. So, again, going to be a really, really good time. By the way, guys, a quick reminder to the schedule. Of course, next weekend we have a bye week. So a week from today, yours truly will be on the road. I'll probably be on the road right now, literally to the second, a week to today. I'll be on the road on vacation. So Thursday through Tuesday of next week, yours truly going on vacay. So going to be a good time. Tyler Pools has got a wedding that night, but might try to slip by late. Whew, Tyler, people getting married during football season. God bless them. Let's see. Jeff Sweat says, Chris, what's your opinion on the LA Dodgers closer and how he moves so much before he pitches? Should that be allowed? Yeah, Jeff, I got no problem with it because he does it every single time. So it's not like he's being, deceptive outside of the group. All right, let's jump back to the phone lines here.
Call from
Dalton.
Dalton, what's up, man? How are you? Is this a Dalton, you there?
Hello?
All right, so apparently the Muschamp hackers are playing with the phone line. I have no idea. Let me see if I can update the app or I don't know. I don't know what's going on, bro. People can't hear me. It's obviously coming through Yeah, we're good. I don't know why people can't hear me. Let's see. Maybe Google Voice needs to be updated. I don't know. It seems very strange. No, I don't think so. Let's try this
Call
again.
from.
Dalton.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Dalton, can you hear me, my friend? Dalton going once. Dalton, can you hear me, my friend?
Not through the phone line, no.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
I have no idea. The Muschamp hackers have infiltrated the call-in line yet again,
not through the phone line.
because I cannot hear Dalton at all. So, Dalton, send me a text because apparently, I don't know. Nobody can hear me. Nobody can hear me. I don't know. Yeah, we have the same exact plugin as normal. I have no idea. No idea why. I have no idea why, and I'm not going to try to mess with this because it will be excruciatingly painful to your ears. Maybe we'll take a break and we'll take care of it. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Strange. Well then, hey, sorry, Mark. I guess I thought it was Mark's phone. I guess it's this. I don't know. We do have a text here. I think it's no secret Satterfield wasn't a top pick for our OC. When Beamer was hired, in his opinion, Mike Bobo was the best OC available. I wouldn't be shocked at all to see a change at OC after this season. There are bigger issues with the program than the offensive coordinator, though. Beamer wants to win, knows he has to win to keep his dream job, just have to have the faith he will do it. All he can do to win, and if that means a change at OC, then he will do it. Yeah, I agree. Well said, my friend. Well said. We have a text here. Does Jason Brown get in the game on Saturday? I'm going to say no. He does not. I'm going to say no. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into a break. Then I'm going to try to play with the phone line. I genuinely have no clue what could be wrong with it. I genuinely have no clue. I really don't have any idea what could be wrong with it. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and take a break. I'll try to figure this thing out. We'll see if we can beat the Muschamp Hackers on a Thursday and take your call. So, again, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Your questions, your comments, and hopefully your calls on the other side of the break, guys. You are tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. Played around with the phone lines if you want to try to call back in. If it doesn't work, we're just going to blame the Muschamp Packers because I have no idea. I haven't changed anything, unplugged it and plugged it back in, so we'll see if that works. But we'd love to hear from you guys. Take your calls, 843-790-3377. Carter Bingham, yes, I did say that Mark was an idiot. I apologize. I take it back. We're all lovable idiots in here, so it's all good. I love Mark. Carter Bingham, what's the story on the 7-foot transfer from LSU we got in basketball? He's 7 feet, and he's from LSU. Outside of that, I truly don't know. Probably going to play a lot, though. I'd imagine he will play a good bit. Yeah, Eric Fryer, this Connor Shaw piece is sick. My good buddy from Apex Art and Design absolutely crushes. So make sure you check out his work, apexartanddesign.com. USC Sports says 45-17 Texas A&M. How South going to scores the backups for Texas A&M will come in. Maybe you're right. Chase Elsey, all these people who are upset because we only won 4 games need to remember Beamer took over a team who only won 2 games. All right, let's see if this works now.
Call from
Dalton.
Dalton going once.
Yeah, I got you.
Here we go. Okay, maybe I just needed to unplug it and plug it back in. What's going on, Dalton? How are you?
Nothing much, man. I'm just enjoying my Thursday. So,
I hear you.
Got to go to class later tonight, but other than that, it's a pretty good week for me.
Nice. Love to hear that. What's going on? What's on your mind here on a Thursday?
So I wanted to call you just because I sort of am looking forward down the stretch for this team and sort of what they can do. I'm of the opinion that I think they could potentially make 6 wins. I think the 2 easiest teams to beat are going to be Mizzou, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Clemson, just because they've looked absolutely like hot garbage. So I think Mizzou and Clemson are our 2 best shots. We may have a shot at Florida, but sort of one thing that I've been sort of looking at is this whole LSU job and this USC job opening up sort of on the national scale here. And it seems like everybody's name is being thrown out there, including Dabo. Do you think that there's any chance that Dabo would leave to go to a program like LSU after, what he's done at Clemson? Because I know the boosters up there are mad at him, but I don't know if he's technically on the hot seat right now. I really don't think he is, but I just wanted to hear your thoughts about that.
I'd be pretty shocked if he left. I mean, I feel like the one job maybe he considered leaving for is Alabama, but I don't know. Like, you never know, but I'd be shocked if he left. I mean, why would you leave Clemson where in a normal year when they're, normal Clemson standards, it's a pretty easy path to the playoff. I mean, are you really going to go to LSU and be in the same division as Nick Saban? Do you really want that? Maybe he does want a new challenge. I mean, I have no idea, but I'd be pretty shocked if he left.
And then my other question is, do you think that, Clemson is going to figure it out with their, 5-star quarterback and all the, highly ranked weapons they have on their offense before they play us for the final game of the regular season? I
mean, you'd think they would, but like you said, man, I mean, they just look terrible week after week after week. So they've got issues. There's no question. I mean, obviously the answer is hopefully they don't. And we can try to beat them in a low scoring battle at Willie B. But yeah, it's really hard to compute because I mean they even if DJ Uiagalelei is not the guy that Trevor Lawrence or Deshaun Watson were. I mean, he was a 5-star guy. They've got tons of 5-star talent on the offense. So it's tough to compute why they're not playing any better than they are. But I mean, hey, I'm certainly not complaining about it. And again, I hope it goes throughout the entire season. So.
Well, I mean, our offense certainly hasn't looked, that good. Compared to the Clemson offense, Clemson's offense is definitely better than our offense. But I feel like if we stop with the careless errors and penalties, if we can sort of hone that in a little bit, we have home field advantage. It's going to be packed out. We're going to probably have a sold-out stadium for Clemson. And I feel like that may be just enough to help us out and get us the win.
Yeah, hey, dude, it could happen.
Hopefully.
I mean, it's it's a little early to be making predictions and projections for that game necessarily, but yeah, I mean, dude, this is the most winnable South Carolina Clemson game since 2014, and there's no doubt. So I'll be very curious. Again, we got a lot of football left to go, but I'll be curious to see like what the spread will be and everything else for that game. And what a way it would be to close the season. What a way it would be for Shane Beamer to to put his stamp on year one beating Clemson. It's funny. It's we spend all season complaining and talking about this and that, but if Shane Beamer beats Clemson, all will be forgiven from Gamecocks Nation. That is a fact.
Yeah, I mean, if this team comes out and they beat Clemson for the first time in 8 years at home, we're gonna forget about literally everything that this team has done. And I would project that we're probably going to be the underdogs, but how much of the underdogs are we going to be? It depends on how good we are against some of the easier teams through the stretch, like Mizzou and even Florida. If we can keep those games close and we can cut down on the penalties and we can play well-executed football, even if we don't win the game outright, then certainly we have a shot against Clemson. That's sort of my thinking.
Yeah.
The last couple of years when Clemson had Trevor Lawrence and their offense was high flying and they were out there just, putting up 60 points a game, it didn't really feel that like it was even possible, even if we played the best football, the absolute best football that we could play.
Right.
But right now it looks like Clemson can't even come out of Syracuse with like a win by more than a touchdown. So, we'll see what happens, but I'm definitely going to try and get student tickets to that game. I know it's probably going to be difficult. If I can't get student tickets, I'm definitely just going to have to buy a ticket to that, though.
Yeah.
Because if we win, I can't not be there for it.
Yeah, it's going to be an electric atmosphere, man. I can't wait. That's going to be an incredible atmosphere. And, that's who knows? Who knows, man? Like I said, we got a ways to go before that one, but selfishly, I think I talked about this yesterday or 2 days ago. Selfishly, from the content side, I mean, I'm really hoping and thinking and excited to hype up this game all week long. It's not a whole lot of fun when you're going into a rivalry game and you're a 24.5 point underdog. It's like we know we have no shot. So I think this year, the first time in a while that we're going to come into a rivalry week saying, you know what, we can win, we can beat Clemson. So, and like I said, what a hang your hat type of win that'd be for Beamer if he can do that.
But that's sort of just what I wanted to talk about today, just sort of what I've been thinking about. And, if we were to get bowl eligible against Clemson, close it out with a 6-6 record and hand Clemson another loss, what a season that would be.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's talking about firing Coach Satterfield and, all this stuff about how Beamer isn't proven. That would shut them up real quick. You know?
Oh, yeah, dude, for sure. For sure.
So we'll see what happens, but it was nice talking to you on a Thursday, and you have a great rest of your day.
Yeah,
and, go Braves tonight.
Yeah,
Hopefully
go Bravos.
they can close it out and go to the World Series.
For sure, man. Dalton, it's always a pleasure to chat with you, my friend. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right, man.
Bye.
Take care. Appreciate that. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Mark Riegel, don't be taking things so personal now. I didn't necessarily call you an idiot. I don't even know how I phrased it. I was just like, well, I said either the guy's clowning or he's an idiot. I didn't even know it was you the first time. So, oh well. If you want to take things personal, so be it. It's all good. It is what it is, Mark. You're welcome to call in. I like Mark. I love when Mark calls in. It's always good banter. So, 843-790-3377. And, of course, it was Carter Bingham earlier who was trying to stir the pot and start shit. So, shocker. Let's see. Joe Anders, Florida's going to be coming off a beatdown of Georgia when they come in, have an off week to prepare. A very winnable game. Yeah, no, it is. It's that's why I picked that game in the preseason as your most likely big upset. I mean, and I didn't even think Florida would have as many issues as they do. I didn't think they'd have nearly as many issues as they do. So, yeah, it's a winnable game. I mean, that's like I told you guys. That's the beauty of the last 5 games, is you play 5 teams that all have issues. There's no perfect teams here, especially the last 4. I mean, I think A&M by far is the toughest game you have left, but mean, outside of that, man, Florida's beatable. Mizzou stinks. Auburn is who knows. And then Clemson, they're like a reflection of Carolina's. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I tend to think this team will get to 5-7. Will they get to 6-6? That's a little aggressive, I think. But I think 5-7. I think this team will end up at 5-7. I do. Which, again, man, all things considered, you had a grad assistant playing quarterback for the majority of the year. When all the dust settles, that'll be the case. I think 5-7 would be a pretty damn good year for Shane Beamer. I think that'd be a pretty damn good job on his end. JT Money says 38-21 Texas A&M. JT Money says 38-21 Texas A&M. Yeah, Mark, again, when you get better service, call in, my friend. Like I said, I was not calling Mark stupid. I said that when the first time they called in, nobody said their name. I was like, well, you're either clowning or you're an idiot. So let's just make that very clear. I'm a big fan of Mark. I like Mark. I like Mark a lot. I like Mark. I always appreciate when Mark calls in and leaves the comments and everything else. So let's make that very clear, by the way. I would never call any of our listeners or Daily Crowers stupid or an idiot unless they deserved it. And hey, sometimes I'm stupid and an idiot. So we're all lovable idiots in this chat. We're all lovable idiots in here. I definitely have my moments of idiot. Hey, I picked us to beat Tennessee, so that was a pretty idiot thing to do. Coach Ford says, Chris, we have next to 0 shot the rest of the way outside of Mizzou. Auburn will crush us. Just quit. We barely beat Vandy. Had their DC not had a brain fart and play prevent, we would not have. Coach Ford, I wasn't picking South Carolina to beat Auburn. I just said that you do play 4 teams after A&M that have all kinds of issues. So I just, that's the only point I was making. I didn't pick us to go 4-0 in those games, Coach Ford. So, yeah, Mizzou stinks. But, I mean, Bo Nix on the road is trash. I mean, hell, this team beat Auburn last year. So, you know. Let's see. Somebody just texted me and said that the Facebook video just went down. What could have just happened? What could have just happened? Anybody experiencing technical difficulties on Facebook? Is there anyone experiencing technical difficulties on Facebook? Anybody? No, it looks like it's live. Looks like we are live on Facebook. Okay, we're good. All right. All right, cool. Brian Jordan, Facebook went down. Maybe it's a Facebook thing. Heck, I don't know. Maybe it's a Facebook thing. Muschamp hackers are working hard today. We haven't had a lot of Muschamp hacker interaction the last week or two. So, let's see. Gaunt says, I agree about 5-7. Some fans are just being unrealistic. You did pick us to beat Auburn in the preseason. No issues with Facebook. I did pick us to beat Auburn. I didn't expect Auburn to be very good. So Auburn's a little better than I expected. But again, guys, here's the thing too. When you look at my preseason predictions, my predictions were all based off of, okay, we're going to have a healthy Luke Doty. This is going to be week 13. Like, that's why I picked a lot of the games the way I did. That's why I picked so many high scores. I truly thought the offense was going to be a lot better. And I think with a healthy Luke Doty, if he didn't get hurt in the preseason, I think the offense probably would have been better. But that didn't happen, did it? So, yeah, I mean, my preseason predictions did not account for a lot of the things that have happened. So, how about them Bravos indeed, my friend? You see it? How about them Bravos indeed? How about them Bravos? Robbie Davis wants to give his prediction for the Braves game. Says he got Braves 7, Dodgers 4. Love that. Aaron Hodges missing a bowl game puts this program further behind the 8 ball. Aaron, how much further can we get, man? I don't think 5-7 like puts this program in the gutter. I don't believe that. The over-under win total was 3.5. You won 2 games last year, 4 the year prior. I mean, hell, just because you make a bowl game this year doesn't mean that, the program we're destined to win a national title in 5 years. Like, I don't think so. I don't, I mean, yes, it'd be really nice to make a bowl game. I'm not saying that, but if you go 5-7, it's not like, burn the program down. Noah John says A&M has one of the best defensive fronts in the country. We are screwed because our O-line just sucks. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's I don't know. Our O-line, that's the greatest mystery of Carolina football in 2021, truly. Joe Anders, the overall product has been very average, but our defense has been outstanding despite the first quarter at Tennessee and a few other explosive plays, especially with the offense having one of the lowest first down totals in the country. Yeah, defense has been good. They've bailed us out for sure. 843-790-3377, guys. We have a text. Over under on how many more years of Ray Tanner as athletic director? I think over under 2 years. I don't know, man. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't stepped down yet because I had heard rumors he wanted to. Actually. Let's see. A few things I'd like to address. We got a text here. A few things you'd like to address. The people calling for coaching changes have to understand that we don't even have 1 year legit recruiting from the staff. It was all transfer portal players and Muschamps leftovers. Jason Brown isn't that good. That's why we don't see him in the game. If anything, I'd like to see Gauthier get some playing time since he'll be playing next year. Also, does it not look like we have changed our scheme defensively from the first 2 games? I know we lost Green early against Georgia, but looks like the DBs are playing far off the ball again like T-Rob in the last few years. I have noticed more of that for sure. I think we've all noticed more of that, no doubt. Let's see, another text here. There's been a lot of blaming of run game issues on Satterfield and even Atkins. It seems like Montario Hardesty deserves some of the blame and perhaps is underachieving as a running backs coach. Thoughts if there needs to be a change there? I don't know about a change, but, dude, everyone should share the blame when it comes to the running game not achieving or doing anything more than it has. Everyone should share blame. Bottom line. Everyone should share blame. JT Money, do you think Spencer Rattler transfers here? I doubt it. I'd love to see it personally. I mean, I know his character issues and the locker. If there's anybody that could get him right, though, you'd think it'd be Shane Beamer. And he is by far more talented than anyone on our roster at that position. It's not even close. Not even close. So I'd be game. That's that right there, guys. That is that ballsy, bold move that South Carolina typically does not make. And I'd love to see that change. Would love to see that. Because guess what? He's going to go somewhere. Somebody's going to scoop him up. Bottom line. Somebody will scoop Spencer Rattler up. If he wanted to come here and play for Beamer, why would you say no? Why would you say no to him? Carter Bingham, were Donnell Staley and Hutch that good last season? Well, Donnell wasn't with us last season, but yeah, I get your point. Sedarius Hutcherson. They open holes for us in the run game. Dude, again, how do you lose one guy and the entire offensive line goes to shit? I don't know. Joe Anders, need to go get Stetson Bennett for his final year eligibility. I think I'll pass on Stetson. The mailman. I think I will pass on the mailman. How about this for Florida State? If FSU beats UMass this weekend, it'll be their first 3-game losing streak. Or, first 3-game winning streak since 2017. It's wild. Aaron Hodges' defense was at an all-time low last year for everybody, right? So I think you have to look at that and say maybe that's one of the reasons why the run game was so good. Not to take anything away, but Justin Martin, Chris, what does Shane Beamer need to do to pull the upset against Texas A&M? I mean, there's only so much Shane Beamer can do, my friend. It's about players. Players executing, players making plays. That's what it'll come down to. So Shane Beamer can coach his tail off all he wants, and I'm sure he will coach his tail off. I know he'll coach his tail off. But players have got to go make plays, bottom line. Players have to go make plays. So, I mean, for starters, you can't commit stupid penalties. You can't turn the ball over. Bottom line. Can't do those two things. You have no chance if you do those things. You have no chance. If you lose the turnover margin, you have no chance. No chance at all. You've got to play a clean football game. A clean football game, bottom line. JT Money, yes, per Beamer, Juju will be back this week. Yes. Jay says if we win, got to get a defensive or special teams touchdown. Yeah, I think, yeah, certainly. I mean, a lot of the same things I said about Georgia apply in this football game. John Gibbs says, got to go get the talent. That being said, I don't want a 5-star the bad attitude. That's poison to the program. This is not pertaining to the Spencer Rattler conversation. Now, I hear you. And again, there's a lot of people that say they would never want him, right? He's toxic. He's damn talented as hell. I'll tell you that right now. So if there's anybody that could fix him, maybe it'd be Beamer. But Caleb says Rattler could be in our backfield if we continue to make penalties and not block. Well, it wouldn't matter. That's a good point, Caleb. That's a good point. It's a very good point. That is a very, very, very good point. So I guess in the positive, hey, can the O-line be any worse? Beamer Ball 2.0 says, chop, chop. How about the Braves? Let's shock the world and beat A&M on Saturday. We must give 100% support to Zeb to do his best. Yeah, I mean, I'm fully behind Zeb 110%. I hope he balls out, man. Truly. What a great opportunity for him. Bo Shupp says A&M game plan will be to isolate running back Spiller against the linebacker mismatch all day long. Yeah, you got to account for Isaiah Spiller. There's no question. He's a really good player. Really, really good player. There's a reason why he was regarded as one of the best running backs in the SEC in the preseason. Yeah, there was a reason why he was regarded as one of the best in the preseason. There's no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. Yep. Yeah, Rebecca, the weather's good in South Carolina. It's nice and cool. It's very nice. Jay, would you rather have a Braves World Series or South Carolina beat Clemson this year? Ooh, see, this is going to be a very, I wonder how some of you are going to react to this, to my response. I would say Carolina beat Clemson because honestly, as much as I'd love to see the Braves win the World Series, the Braves winning the World Series does nothing for my business. Carolina beating Clemson helps my business out a lot. A lot. So give me a Carolina win over Clemson. Sorry, Braves fans. Sorry to the diehard Bravos in here. I need that Carolina win over Clemson, man. That would be so good for business. It'd be incredible. Let's see. Caleb says, since Beamer's pay is rather low comparatively, we should back up the dump truck of cash to sign Brad Lawing and Sean Elliott to coach the Lions. Won't happen, but make the call and give it a shot. Caleb, I know Coach Lawing very well. We'll probably be getting him back on the show very soon. I can tell you he is happily retired, Caleb. He is happily retired. He is not coaching again. I don't think there's any dollar amount you could pay that man to bring him back into college football. So, nope, Brad Lawing is finished. Now, Sean Elliott, he's still coaching. Brad Lawing is done. He is done. He don't have any interest in getting back in the game and having to do coaching and do recruiting and all that nonsense. He don't have any interest whatsoever. So Mark Riegel says we need to get better. You think we'll win 6? Come on, man. Did I say that or are you replying to somebody else? Because I don't think we'll win 6. No, I think 5 and 7. I tend to think we'll win one of the last 5 games. I don't know. I mean, could we lose all 5? Sure. But I tend to think we'll win one of them. All right, let's jump out of the phone lines here.
Call from
Pete.
Pete, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing well. Appreciate you asking, man. What's up?
Good. Hey, yeah, so there's been a lot of talks recently about coaching staffs and things like that. So, I don't know, I've been thinking about that a lot recently and just looking at Carolina historically as a program. I mean, they're like a 500-ish program, right? Over a century plus of football, right? So, you know, people talking about Shane Beamer being the right guy or not. I guess this is just me. I don't think it's going to be like a one coach, one coaching staff, whatever, to be the one that makes a difference. I think it's going to be, you know, a series of good coaches and staffs over the years that just try and get you, you know, maybe Beamer could hopefully get it to a point where it's, you know, 8, 9, 10 wins consistently. And then, you know, if he passes that off and that becomes the standard, you know, you move up from there. But I don't think it's just going to be someone comes in and magically turns a 500 program into, you know, a national championship within the span of 3 to 5 years. So as much as it hurts, you know, to have that growing pain, I just think it's unrealistic to think that's going to happen, you know, with one magic coach or whatever. I think it's going to be, you know, over a series of years before we ever get to that point.
No, I think that's a fair take. I think it's a very fair take. You know, could Beamer be the guy? Maybe. We don't know. But, yeah, I tend to think you're probably right. And, again, that to me is what makes me feel very optimistic about the Shane Beamer era is that, listen, I don't know. None of us know how many games he's going to win, what heights he'll reach. None of that. Like, you know, you can't predict that really. What I do feel confident in saying, though, and I said this since the day he was hired, I feel like Shane Beamer will leave Carolina football off better than he found it. So like you mentioned, even if he's not the guy to get you to the next level, if you will, you know, if he can get you to even, I mean, dude, I'd say over a decade span, if you're averaging 7.5 wins per year, if he can get you to that level, and then maybe it'll be the next guy, like you mentioned, that, you know, carries the torch and picks it up where he left it off and elevates it even further. But, you know, it's hard to say, but I think certainly, yeah, I think that I think you make a great point. So I think you make a great point, and that's how you build tradition, right? It's not just a one and done with a coach. It's you know, even if it's not one, you know, even if it's you have to have multiple coaches, they all continue that legacy and that tradition, if you will. So no, I mean, I don't disagree with you at all, honestly, and I think that's a really good point. So.
Yeah, because I mean, even if you know, you just look at other programs that are kind of powerhouses right now. You look at Bama, you look at Clemson. You know, they had won, like, historically, right? They had won national championships. So it's easier for a well-established coach to come into a place like that where, you know, they had won. You know, they're in that special club or whatever in terms of recruiting or whatever else to do it again, right? But especially a program like Carolina, you know, it's like, you know, even Saban came over. He's still working with a program that historically has not gotten to that level. So. You know, I don't know. I just think it's tough. And if I look back at like Spurrier years, you probably know better than I do, but when things really started going off the rails with Spurrier was when there was uncertainty in terms of how much longer he was going to stick around.
Right.
That's when things really started to fall apart. So, you know, he built something good there. And if that had been handed off under better circumstances, I guess, for lack of a better term, you know, we might be having a totally different conversation right now. But I think it's getting to that, you know, as you said, like 7.5 wins per year over a 10-year span. You know, you got to get there first and build off of that. You know, you can't be having these, you know, 2-10 seasons and then like a 7-5. It's just all over the place.
Yeah.
It's about consistency and then build from there.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. Like you said, it's a 500 program. It's a tough job. It's a tough job.
Right.
Yeah, and, you know, thankfully Shane was a guy that wants to embrace that. And I think, you know, Shane's going to have to do a lot of the dirty work. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he passes it off to somebody else and Carolina's again, like I mentioned, 7.5 or 8 win a year program, you know, it's going to be a much easier job for the next person, you know, because there's already a feeling of, oh, you know, we should win. And South Carolina's looked at it in a different light then. You know, South Carolina's looked at right now is exactly what they are. 500 program, has never won anything, has never really achieved. So he's going to have to do the tough job of overcoming that and convincing kids that you can win at South Carolina and you can win big and you know, just getting those athletes on campus and then winning those games. So, yeah. So, I mean, it's you know, we'll see, man. It's going to be a journey for sure. It's going to be a journey, and like I said, we all hope that it's Beamer who is the guy. But and hey, if he's the guy to get Carolina to that height of winning 8 games a year, that's an, you know, he's one of the best coaches in school history. He is. He's one of the best coaches in school history. So.
Yeah, 100%. Well, yeah, no, appreciate it. Taking my call and love the show. So thank you for everything you do. And, yeah, great talking to you.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the call. Have a great rest of your day. 843-790-3377. Now, it's a great call. That's a great call. And I think it's a very sobering reality to understand the task that is the task that is winning at South Carolina. It's okay to realize and understand that task at hand. It's okay, So it is a challenge. It is a challenge. There's no question. It is a challenge. It is a challenge. Justin Warren says, I just want to beat Clemson where they're the best and they don't expect it, or we are equally matched talent. Justin, I don't give a damn if they're 0-10. I just want to beat them. I don't care. 0-11, just want to beat them. I really don't give a damn. Dylan Prothman, we've beaten a team we weren't supposed to beat every year. Who is that this year? Well, Dylan, we're going to be underdogs in every game we have left. So if we win any of them, even Mizzou, we're probably going to be an underdog even at Mizzou. So technically, any of them will be a team we're not supposed to beat if you want to go off Vegas. So Aaron Hodges says Mizzou is important. Lose A&M and Mizzou, and the team morale could tank. I think Shane Beamer will do a good job of keeping this team together, keeping this team fired up, keeping this team focused no matter what happens. Mizzou will be a big one, though. Mizzou will be a very big one. There's no doubt. Mizzou will be a very, very big one. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Beamer Ball 2.0 says, we will beat Clemson. It might be only by 3 points, but we will win. Love that. Love that. It's going to be fun, man. Carolina Clemson is going to be a fun week. I will say that. It's going to be a very fun week. Bill Cole says, I'm ready to give it 10 years to Beamer. You got to give it time. 10 years. Y'all want to give Beamer 10 years? I'm willing to give him a while. I mean, really, I just when Beamer was hired, I didn't think we were going to be in this thing for the short term. I didn't view it that way. I thought this is a long-term project for Shane Beamer. That's truly how I felt. Like, it's a long-term project, so. We will see. We will see. Again, guys, rocking and rolling here on a Thursday. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Texas A&M week. Quick reminder, episode 523 of the podcast did drop this morning. Breaking down everything with the A&M game, top storylines, key matchups to watch, keys to the game. Also a fantastic conversation with Travian Robertson, former Gamecocks defensive lineman. Really good stuff, guys. We got 15 minutes to go. Going to take one final break. Then we'll take your questions, your comments, and your calls on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Just 10 minutes to go here on a Thursday, guys. I want to continue to hear from you. Appreciate you all tuning in, your continued love and support, rocking and rolling with the content and everything we do. Content bleeding out of the eyeballs. Again, truly appreciate you guys. Big day today. Of course, continue to talk South Carolina A&M with the Bravos tonight, looking to punch their ticket to the World Series. Big day. Great night to win a pennant, folks. Great night to win a pennant. Let's see. Courtney Washington says Gamecocks will beat Clemson by 6 to 8 points. Love the confidence. Love the confidence. Beamer Ball 2.0 says if we want to help with in-state recruiting, then beat Clemson. Everything will be helped if you beat Clemson. Everything. No doubt. Let's see. Read on one of the insider sites, there's internal disconnect between the offensive staff, and depending on the next few games, staff changes could occur at the end of the year. Sounds speculative, but curious to get your take or if you're hearing the same thing. I'm not hearing anything. I mean, hey, listen, pretty simple. If Shane Beamer feels there need to be a change, he'll make a change. If he doesn't, he won't. So that's why Beamer's getting paid millions of dollars to be the head football coach, to make those grown-up decisions. So yep, that's why he's getting paid the big bucks, to make those decisions. John Gibbs says recruiting will only get better. I mean, after all, people forget he was a legend in his back pocket to help him out and shine perspective on where this program can go. Yeah, I have no concerns with Shane Beamer in recruiting. I think Beamer will do a fantastic job. I think if he wasn't a good recruiter, he wouldn't have got the job to begin with. So just my 2 cents. I don't think he gets the job to begin with if he's not a good recruiter. Let's see. Again, guys, questions, comments, calls, less than 10 minutes to go here on a Thursday. What's the hype meter like around Gamecock fans right now? What's the hype meter going into this football game? Are fans excited for this game against A&M? Is there any – I mean, I feel like there's a decent amount of hope and optimism I've seen, but – not a ton. I think we all can understand the task that's at hand, if you will. And it's hard, really, isn't it? It's hard to get hyped for a game when your team's a 3-touchdown underdog. It's tough. It's tough. It wears on you a little bit. It wears on you. So, but hey, another Saturday to watch Gamecocks football. We got just 5 of them left. Just 5 games left, folks. Savor it. Enjoy it. Soak it all in, because you know what? Before you know it, it'll be February, and people will wish football season was taking place. Bleak Mode says, why isn't E.J. Jenkins getting more touches? It's a great question, Bleak Mode. I have no idea. I mean, listen, Shane Beamer mentioned a couple weeks ago that, hey, if you want to play more, practice better. I thought E.J. Jenkins got some opportunities, and I thought he really took advantage of them, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Bottom line, I don't know. I honestly do not know. No clue. So, I don't care who plays, man. Just find a way to score points. Find a way to score points, dude. Matthew Jones, wish it would have been a 12 o'clock game instead of 7:30. Rather got beat early than have to wait all day. Yeah, if it's going to be a road game, I'd rather it be a noon game, personally. Especially if I'm not going. It's like, let's go ahead and play instead of waiting around all day long. But, hey, whatever it is, what it is. Somebody texting, is Chad Terrell a bust? He was a highly regarded recruit when he was signed a few years ago. I think just injuries have really derailed his career. Was he a highly regarded recruit, though? I don't remember him being like some highly out of Dallas, Georgia. I mean, he was a 3-star prospect. I mean, but yeah, injuries have really derailed his career. So I blame it on injuries. David Barnes says, I felt better about this game 3 to 4 weeks ago when A&M had quarterback struggles, but they seem to have figured it out over the past 2 weeks. Yeah, that Bama game certainly changed the overall complexion of this one. So, yeah, changed the overall complexion of this one. No doubt. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. But like I told you guys earlier, man, listen, here's the outlook going in this football game, at least from yours truly. I don't care if we lose by 21, 28, 30, whatever. You know what I mean? As I mentioned earlier, though, can we just eliminate the penalties and the turnovers? Just eliminate. At least make A&M go beat you. Make A&M go win the game, right? Don't just hand it to them. Don't just hand it to them. Make them go win. And Mark Riegel, I'm looking at 247, and it says he was a 3-star. So who gives a damn either way, Mark? I don't remember Chad Terrell being some like huge pickup. I mean, he was a nice pickup, whatever. Hey, everybody's good in recruiting, Mark. They're all great, right? Anyways, make A&M win the game. Just don't give it to them. I think that's all we're asking for. Don't just hand them the game. Make them earn it. If they go out and they just beat you and they're just better than you, I can live with that. I can live with that. But don't just hand them the game with penalties and stupid mistakes and turnovers. Don't do that. Don't just hand them the football, because that's how you'll get embarrassed. If South Carolina has 4 turnovers and 10 penalties again, you can just forget it, bro. This game will be over by halftime if we do that. So, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Just need to play a clean football game. Just play a clean game. That's a good start. That's where it all starts. That's where it all starts. Clean it up. Clean it up. Bottom line, clean it up. Don't beat yourself. A&M's plenty good enough to beat you without you beating yourself. Trust me. So don't help them out. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Just a few minutes to go here on a Thursday, October the 21st, 2021, guys. Another quick reminder, Carolina Ale House this Saturday, downtown Greenville. Doors open at 11. Kickoff is at 7:30. Would love to see you there. We'll be out there probably around 5 or 5:30 or so. But, yeah, would love to see you guys out there. Let's see. Somebody texted in, what'd you think of the uniform combo from the past weekend? I liked it. Dude, the Black Magic, love it. Love it. Beer Ball 2.0 says, I remember taking my son to the App State game back in 2019, my son's first game, and watched him cry when we lost. I say we're on our way up with Beamer. And Mark, whether Terrell was a 4-star, a 3-star, it don't really matter because he ain't done shit since he stepped on campus. So who really gives a damn? Them stars don't mean a damn thing. Them stars don't mean a damn thing. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, injuries really derailed his career. And then, of course, being not developed worth a damn with the previous staff, whatever. So I guess not everybody can be a playmaker. It is what it is. Some guys are on the roster to just fill a spot. So the old cock drop Mark's referring to, the cock drop, when guys commit to us, the stars go down. Joseph Carson said, all I want to see us play hard and play a clean game. So, no, I agree. No, Mark, I also mentioned the injuries he suffered. Yeah, I mean, he's just been riddled with injuries. So 2 ACL tears. Yeah, I mean, you're probably not going to do too much after that. So it's a shame. It's a shame for some guys that get hurt, and it is what it is. What are you going to do? So what are you going to do? No, I mean, I'd love to see Chad Terrell get a chance. He's healthy now. So, but yeah, it just sucks. Sucks when you get on campus and you do that. So somebody texts in also, Nick Muse and Jalen Foster had no stars. Look what they're doing. Yes, I mean, stars aren't always the, if you listen to that conversation I had with Brad Lawing, stars aren't the end-all be-all, right? Just because you have 5 stars doesn't mean you're going to be a All-American. Just because you have none doesn't mean you can't be a good player. So kind of funny how that works, right? So kind of funny how that works. Ethan Conway. Appreciate you, Ethan. Thank you so much for tuning in. Beer Ball 2.0. Last thing. Keys the game on Saturday. Here's looking at your offensive line. You must protect Zeb. I agree. Bleak Mode, how do you feel about Jordan Burch's career so far? Not what I was hoping for thus far. Not saying he can't be a good player, but not exactly what I was hoping for. All right, guys, we've hit 2 o'clock. Hey, appreciate you all tuning in, guys. Thank you so much again for the continued love and support. Check out the podcast that dropped this morning. We'll be live tomorrow, of course, yet again, the Daily Crow, noon to 2. Podcast will drop tomorrow, all that good stuff. Folks, again, thank you all so much. Again, I appreciate you all for the banter, for the back and forth, for being engaging. It's always a blast. So thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry for the technical difficulties early on, and always love hearing you guys' perspective and thoughts and kind of going back and forth. Again, this is almost kind of a great daily therapy session for us all to talk it out and get through it. So again, hey, we're all Gamecocks. Let's pull them through. Appreciate you all, guys. You have a great rest of your Thursday.